The day has finally come, and the Mortal Kombat live action reboot from 2021 is getting a sequel, Mortal Kombat 2. What's up, Dynasty? And yes, indeed. This news broke not too long ago, a few hours ago, courtesy of Deadline. They had like an exclusive story mentioning that they're also hiring Jeremy Slater to write the script for this movie. Greg Russo, what happened? What? Greg Russo, what? But yes, Mortal Kombat 2 is going to be a thing, which really isn't much of a shocker after seeing the success, and I have my air quotes here, success of the movie on HBO Max. If I'm not mistaken, data suggests it's the most watched movie on that platform since it dropped, so that's pretty successful in its own right. Regardless of what the diehards think, what I think, the movie got the streams they needed to get a sequel. And again, courtesy of Deadline, this broke a few hours ago, so if you want to stick around and hear me talk about this for a couple minutes, let's do that. Drop a like if you're excited for the sequel. Drop a like if you're excited for a new writer that will maybe kill Cole Young in the first couple seconds like Johnny Cage at Annihilation and save the franchise. This is a joke. I am being sarcastic. Do not hate me. Am I being sarcastic? With that said, let's break this stuff down and, well, let's get into it. So first things first, here is the article that broke the news from Deadline. It says, new line moving forward with Mortal Kombat sequel, Moon Knight scribe Jeremy Slater scripting. From there it reads, new line is getting back into a fighting stance on a sequel to Mortal Kombat, the action-adventure film based on the blockbuster video game franchise. The studios hired Jeremy Slater to write Mortal Kombat 2. They go on to give you a synopsis of his career so far, and honestly, he's had some hits and he's also had some misses, so kind of indifferent, but I guess that's better than having a first-time writer at the helm of things. Again, Greg Russo still hasn't said anything on his socials yet, but if they're making a big deal of, hiring Jeremy Slater, I guess maybe he's not co-writing this. I would hope so, because he went through rough draft after rough draft after rough draft. Dude had to deal with the studio yelling at him to include an original character like Cole Young. So it kind of sucks to see that Greg Russo might be completely replaced here, but kind of a given considering that, again, the direction that first movie went. If you are a diehard Mortal Kombat fan, there's a lot of things you can nitpick, and I don't want to say it's his fault, because I think he was trying to cater to the diehards and the studio, but at the very least, at least Todd Gardner is returning alongside most of the cast and crew that wasn't killed off. I think Todd Gardner was the first to break the internet because he dropped this first Mortal Kombat 2 poster, just the 2 in the shape of Liu Kang's dragon kind of on fire. Looks really sick. Went on to say, love my MK family. Thank you for being patient. We are working hard to ensure it was worth the wait. So again, good to see Todd Gardner back, who's been extremely transparent all throughout the production of the first movie. So at the very least, we got good guy Todd Gardner back. So big thumbs up from me. New writer Jeremy Slater took to Twitter after news broke and mentioned he is beyond excited to be joining the team, building something bigger and better and bloodier that's going to blow people's minds. I'm sure the puns were intended. Like I mentioned earlier, a lot of the cast has already reacted to news of the sequel being a thing. For instance, you have Max Wong coming out and tweeting the logo for the movie, kind of teasing the idea of Revenant Kung Lao. If you are watching this and that's a spoiler for you, I don't know why you're watching this, because you should have already seen the live action reboot film from last year. Got Louis Tan, who plays Cole Young, saying round 2, what do you want to see? Mentioning he wants to see Kitana, Smoke, and Noob Saibot. I know for me, that's like the pinnacle of this movie, seeing Sub-Zero turn into Noob finally on the big screen. Joe Taslim is amazing as Sub-Zero, so I can only imagine the Noob Saibot will be just up to par, if not better, even more menacing. I'm so excited to see Joe Taslim as Noob Saibot. Jessa McName saying Mortal Kombat 2.0, baby. Makad Brooks, who plays Jack, saying it's official, round 2. Y'all ready? So everybody's pretty much in good spirits. I'm in good spirits. Again, pretty optimistic, because for the most part I enjoyed the live action reboot for what it was. They stayed very true in a lot of ways to the lore of Mortal Kombat. I still go back and replay the interaction between Kano and Cabal when Kano turns bad per se and turns his back on the good guys in the movie. I still think that's probably the best scene in the movie, alongside the dinner scene. Those two scenes are everything Mortal Kombat. I just hope we get more of that in the sequel. Those unique relationships explored, presented, authentic, organic feeling. That's what I need. That's what I want. I need the one-liners as well. I'm excited. Hopefully Raiden makes some better decisions this time around. Hopefully we get to see again Noob Saibot, because he is Sub-Zero died. There's a lot we can see. There's a lot that can happen. We have Cole Young still. If they have a tight budget like the first movie with CGI, does that mean that we get Mataro getting killed this time around? Shiva by Louis Tan after fighting in a farm? For all the good, there's some bad, but I'm just excited to know Mortal Kombat will be good enough to be on the big screen this time, not during a pandemic. Will it be an HBO Max exclusive? Will it be in theaters? If it's in theaters, will it do better than the first movie? Because, again, it's gonna be in theaters and we're not gonna be in lockdown. So, a lot of things to be excited about. Ed Boon yesterday just mentioned that The Rock would be a great Shao Kahn after reports of him doing another video game movie. I don't think The Rock would play Shao Kahn, but to see Ed Boon's at least now talking about the movie when the last movie he ignored all throughout its production. I think he talked about it one time in 2 years. So let's be optimistic. Let's be excited. The logo at least looks great, and let's just see what happens. So there you go. Live action Reboot from 2021 is getting a sequel. No word on when that's dropping. No word on when they're going to start shooting. No idea if the script is already finished. Who's playing Johnny Cage? That's also like the big elephant in the room. The WB. Give me what I want. They give me. Ryan Reynolds is Johnny. Are we going to get Chris Pratt, The Miz from WWE? The Mortal Kombat tournament. Will it actually be featured this time around? Will Outworld feel like Outworld in the sequel and not just in front of a green screen? So yes, of course, if you guys want everything with the Mortal Kombat live action Reboot, subscribe to the channel because I will be covering it extensively like I did for the last one. The last one I covered for like 4 years. So hopefully it doesn't take 4 years for a sequel. Hopefully it's sooner rather than later. But there you go. According to Deadline, according to the cast and crew, producer, the writer, this thing is happening. We just don't know when. So cross your fingers. Let's hope it's a success. If you want to hear all my complaints and my love and my praise, go watch my review. It's like an hour-long sit-down where I literally break down pretty much scene by scene what I liked and what I didn't like. So if you have an hour to kill, go watch that. I have a card right now. But yeah, there you go. Mortal Kombat 2, the sequel, dropping sometime in the future. Greg Russo, what happened? Are you still on set with the team? What's going on here? What do you guys think of this? What do you want to see? What are you concerned about? I want to hear your guys' thoughts on all of this. When do you think this movie's going to drop? I know you guys probably have a lot to say. A lot to say. Let me know. Of course, if you enjoyed the video, take a second, drop a like on it, subscribe for some more MK content here on the channel. And before I go, I want to say this video is being brought to you by G2A.com. In case you've not heard the news, you can no longer buy Mortal Kombat 9 for sale on Steam. However, using the link down below, you can buy MK9 from G2A.com. Once you buy that Steam key from that site, redeem that in your Steam account, and just like that, you got MK9 with all the DLC, including Freddy Krueger, even though it's no longer being sold officially through Steam on the marketplace anymore. So if you're interested in that, that'll always be linked down below. Till next time, been your host, Boon Dynasty. Guys, please take care, stay safe. I'm excited for this movie. I'm excited for the tournament. I'm excited to see Raiden versus Shang Tsung. Love you guys. See you in the next video. Peace.